My name is Stefan Gernert. I'm a farm manager here at Oleviku talu. I came to Estonia in October this year. Before I was managing different farms in the UK, in Australia, Germany. I'm a regenerative farmer and farm management consultant. This is also how I got this farm. Out of this consulting role then kind of evolved to management role. We here at Oleviku talu, we have around 50 hectares of mixed farming. So we have grazing of animals, so Hereford bulls. We have broilers on the land, pastured broilers, so the animals are on the grass, they're not in barns like the industry standard is. They're on grass and moving to fresh pasture every day. We're now going to add next year pastured layers, so chicken layers, eggs to our operation, and also integrate the market garden, a no-dig market garden. So we're not turning the soil. We're building fertility from the top down, just like in a forest. So we are an agroecological inspired farm. We look at how nature works and trying to mimic these dynamics and patterns into how we grow food. So here on the farm, we're also building, we're hoping to build Estonia's first regenerative farm. And with this comes my personal context is to accelerate regenerative agriculture in Estonia. And with this, we are going to get interns into the farm, but we also run courses and trainings for farmers and just interested people in regenerative agriculture to learn these practices. So there will be market garden courses, pastoral poultry courses, there will be forestry, there will be grazing techniques which we teach to people in order for them to heal their land, really, because that's what regenerative agriculture is about. It's beyond organic, so the whole land is certified organic, but when you look at organic practices, there are certain rules you have to follow. But for us, this is not holistic, right? The way we manage our land is that we're using holistic management, which means holistic not being some sort of hippie term, which comes from holism, which means there are certain elements to something, and when you interact with one element, you have consequences on all of the layers. So on our practices, we say beyond organic because we don't use any pesticides or herbicides, but we also don't use any biological substances to have a similar effect. So we use nature to get the desired outcome. And we are very happy to participate in because I personally like what Nutriloop wants to do, was like closing the nutrient loop, right, bringing the waste back to the farmlands. This is our motivation. That's what we try to achieve. We just want to be part of this project to accelerate this, spread the word, and also show results on our land. We have our own growing methods, so I want to see them compete with each other because we are also using high biological active substances in our growing methods, but we produce them on our farm. So I want to just see how these two compare with each other. This is regenerative agriculture is an umbrella term, they call it, right? So it means different things in different contexts, but it's outcome oriented. So it's about restoring soil fertility. It's about restoring watersheds and water cycles on the land. It's about restoring biodiversity. The term regenerative implies that there's a system which is not functioning, which needs healing, so to speak. It needs to regenerate. So this is what this is about, using landscapes that are not functioning in terms of ecosystem dynamics and restoring those ecosystem dynamics on the land. Depending on the bioregion we're in the cold temperate climate, so our land wants to be a forest. If we would all leave, this would all turn into forest over time, but with the presence of grazing animals, we also have grasslands. So we have these two extremes, we have grasslands and we have forests. And what we are going to do is we're going to bring them together into some sort of savanna-style forest pasture. So we're using animals to restore, or to sequester carbon in the soil, firstly, because they are the most efficient tool we have to do that for us. They are the most efficient tool to harvest sunlight, which is the driver of everything. So what we on our farm we're using animals to mimic natural dynamics and processes. So we're looking at what does an animal do in nature, what is its role, and we are mimicking this role on our land, and thereby producing food. And that's what we are doing here on the farm, really. Yeah. The way we're growing vegetables, because on our fields, the animals providing all the nutrients that they are driving through sunlight, right? The grazing animals, ruminants, they are walking a fermentation tank, pretty much, right? But it's it's a similar pattern. They're fermenting grasses, and then with their disposal, they're fertilizing the land. But in our vegetable production, what we're going to do, and this is my experience with it, we're doing our own permaculture-inspired sort of fertilizer. So we're using dynamic accumulators, harvesting the leaves, and liquefying them with certain practices, and then bringing these nutrients back to the land. This is what we do, and obviously we work with composts, which is some sort of city waste, or like biomass that has been accumulated in different places, and we're bringing this waste to our farm and turn it into an asset, really, in terms of fertilizer and growing mediums. And this is why we wanted to participate in the project, because there is this nutrient gap, right? We are producing on our crops certain food stuff, and now we're shipping them off, and we're thereby mining the fields of the nutrients that we're shipping out with the harvests, really. So all these nutrients now become a problem in the cities. So if we can find a way to cycle them back onto our fields, then that's something I want to participate in and work with, for sure. And I know that you guys at Nutriloop, that's what you're about, to cycle these things back. That's what can I say to this? I don't like these ready processed whatever fertilizers, but I understand that on a larger scale you need to have it, because not everyone is on our small scale where we can just make our own, right? If you have big, big fields, then it needs to be different. So